Well, well, well. Welcome on back. Here we go. We are ready and lined up for our third series of the day. I've got Lord Lacoste of Croatia, Viking.
Yeah, I'm really horny for this next series.
Oh, my God.
Really mature as well. We got King Canada, Trent.
Hey, thank you.
And Thomas Edison over there in the corner.
He was a wizard of sorts.
I guess.
He was.
Don't hurt yourself over there. Jenkins on the Wizard. All right. I'm already seeing some hype picks in this match. So, Wizard, I'm going to need you to cast a spell enforcing a change into the draft, please.
I'm just going to do this one.
Just don't shit yourself.
Not this time. Maybe next time.
Was it good enough? We'll see here. compLexity versus Braxstone. It looks like the first pick did belong to Braxstone on this one.
Did it?
Yes.
I wonder what it was.
Well,
Maybe
my
wizard knew how to cast a spell.
I'm trying. I'm trying to do it.
Wizard, give it another shot, please. Can you just
We
get the
need
draft
a
up?
rhyme, Wizard.
Okay, we'll do a rhyme. Put us into the draft. What is production daft?
All right. You got him, dude.
Production definitely not going to turn on now. All right, there we go.
I'm getting
We're
fired
into
after
it here.
this.
Look at this. Look at this. Troll Magnus. 1-2 punch for compLexity. I'm a happy boy already. I'm a big fan of Magnus.
What more can you ask for? And they leave Winter Wyvern in the pool against Troll and Magnus.
That seems
This is
insane.
the bestest hero ever.
Yeah. That seems a bit insane. Like, Troll will just rip apart anyone caught in that curse potentially. And they have Tiny, who offers a heavy dealing burst damage. So
Tiny's actually pretty good against Magnus, too, because you get RP'd, and it just doesn't last at all. Oh, these are fogging up. It doesn't really last much of a duration, so you could turn around. Troll's whacking on people, and you just throw a toss avalanche at him. So he's quite a bit of a combo breaker in that sense. So definitely a interesting draft from compLexity. Perhaps trying out things, seeing what happens.
So I know with the Magnus, he kind of needs certain friends in lane, right? In terms of like making his life good.
Yeah,
Probably like an aggressive Z-Freak hero.
But that's probably going to be a Magnus mid.
That's true. If we want to run the off
we
lane,
did see the Mag
it's
mid.
mostly been for Limp.
He's just a mag player. Maybe they think that this hero is actually underrated, and he'd.
Limp's Swedish, right? Maybe it's a Swedish thing.
He's Swedish.
Him and S4, you know, they got this like mag middle thing. Must be a Swedish thing. But no,
Yeah, right there, Edison.
Struggling over here
Jesus Christ.
with the old hair. You know, you get to this age and everything starts falling out.
I mean, that leads me to believe that as long as Braxstone are privy to it, then they can prepare themselves for a pretty dominant matchup against that Magnus in the mid lane.
And first pick was for Cole. Is that right? Was that a first pick troll?
First pick was for Braxstone. It looks
Oh,
like.
sorry, they took first pick Tiny. That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Troll Mag. Okay, so that means that the so they have 10 picks. They can decide with the Mag then, right?
Yeah, they could.
Okay, that's good then.
They have the flexibility.
Usually it's not much of a flex pick because people are honestly pretty afraid to run it in the mid lane. Doesn't really do what a lot of the other mid laners do unless you're very, very good at Magnus, which is controlling the tempo. But we saw Limp run around with the mag and get kills even without the RP. He was just skewering people out, setting up with the Rubik, which could be a potential ban here, by the way, which it wasn't. Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
Dakota is on fire today.
What are you
He's just
talking about? Because I named Night Stalker in some other
Yeah,
game?
the
Yeah,
zero is
dude.
pretty much dead. Then you
He is.
named the Underlord as well.
What is
That's
this?
true. And you called the Spectre band too?
I'm just gonna guess that this
Wow.
is a 5 Night Stalker because
For Envy?
Envy
Yes.
just loves to pick these heroes that get Stout Shield and have regen and have good stats.
100% agree. And then it's going to be some Rubik or something for Z-Freak.
Cole are just trying stuff out. I feel like they're just. I think they're just kind of having fun. They're
It-
just
it
figuring out what
kinda-
works.
it
They're just
kinda
figuring out
feels
what
like
works.
that, yeah.
They're not going to just be chained down to some supposed, pre 7.20 meta that we're holding out for.
It works so well for Envy though, because he just loves running around in like this backfield where like supports aren't really supposed to be and interrupting things and disrupting, and he loves the idea of playing around vision and like having that advantage over your opponents. And Night Stalker can do all of those things from the support role even when he's not a core. So it makes perfect sense to me.
And the thing is, this hero fell off mainly because the Void is so terrible during the day. And my personal opinion on this hero, being an offlaner, having played it a bunch, this hero really started sucking when the Void did half damage during the day, because a lot of the time this was used during the day to get crucial last hits.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't really for harass. Maybe occasionally with the level 2 void, but the fact that it doesn't give you it's very hard to get those last hits makes him a bad offlaner. But as a 5-roll, you're just sitting there and you're trading with people. There's hair in my mouth. You're sitting there and you're trading with people with your right clicks with the stout shield. So completely different sort of role for this hero. So maybe it's actually not so bad if you run him in this role. And I guess that's what Envy is testing out here, just seeing how it works.
It is a fully single target hero versus Tiny though, which kind of sucks because you can't really do anything to him. Maybe he's not really the best hero anyway, but that is one downside.
0 armor though on Tiny.
Yeah.
You know, maybe punch him a lot of times and he'll die. But you know, Tiny can turn around and combo the Night Stalker too because he's a melee hero.
Green Skelly Man's there, Lacoste. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, I'm just loving that hero. It's gonna be really good against both Troll and Phantom Assassin with the Decrypify, either to use it on your allies or
What's going on
on
in
the
this
enemies.
game?
What
crispiest.
is that?
The
What?
What's that
crispiest.
sound?
What? Oh, that's a Kakona
Well-
blend monster. The best of the monster blends. Absolutely delicious.
Actually, I can't get this one open.
God damn, that sounds crispy
can't-
in my Sennheiser
Because you're doing
headset.
it
I
wrong,
could
Jenkins.
tell.
You need to
Sennheiser.
pop it near your mic.
I need what?
Need to pop it near your mic.
See, I usually use I don't have nails because I bite my nails when I get anxious, which is a lot in games. And I'm trying. Damn it,
I could hear that from here.
Oh god, the struggle is just hurting me. Oh god, that works.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you, Edison.
Jenkins.
My mom told me not to do that, so I stopped doing that. But you know,
So this is basically 4 melee heroes against the Tiny.
wow.
Let's see what could be
And
good.
Pugna.
Pugna, got the Decrep.
Axe is still
Shut
in the
that down.
pool if they want to go for it. But they already have a Tiny Pugna, which
Axe
are
is-
possible
You know who's
offlaners,
also good
but
against all
Axe-
melee?
A Timbersaw.
Timbersaw. No, Techies as well.
Oh, I thought
believe it
you were
or
gonna say
not.
Timbersaw.
What are they gonna do about those?
They have
mines?
Tiny and Techies, dude. You're on. You're so on right now. Here it comes. This will be the ultimate snipe.
That
I mean,
would be sick.
I feel like he should become king if it's a Techies. Oh, it's just morphling. How
That's
boring.
Morphling, sorry.
What do they
Why
have
did I
to
even get
steal?
anyone hope?
I would have knighted you.
Troll
How does
spells,
it work?
PA.
Morph uses Blink Strike.
I wonder if he gets the crit because it's a passive from the PA.
It could, yeah.
It works with Ogre. you
Only
know.
if you were still in that form, though.
He's gonna have such a high damage because of the all agility.
Yeah, that's
Even if he throws a dagger, that's gonna be so lethal.
it's a better PA if he does get the crit.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, yeah, literally. I mean, if you get the crit, you just
Yeah.
get the whole hero. So that'd be kind of nuts.
I'm gonna guess it
Couple,
won't work. I feel like the reason it works on Ogre is because the ult is tied to the spell, and he has the spell, whereas
But
the
it-
ult is not tied to like anything else.
That's a good point.
It's,
That's a really
it's
good point.
tied to a dagger.
the
as
dagger.
well.
Yeah, that might be it. I don't know.
That's a solid point.
So
Like
he
it-
can't crit on an attack, but he can crit with a dagger.
That would be a guess.
I think it makes sense at all because all the spells have unique like bloodlust modifiers.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
sorry,
actually-
the ulti.
Well, because the
ulti
dagger's
spells.
not actually tied to the ult; it's just tied to any attack modifier you have, right?
right.
So technically, they won't have the attack modifier.
and the
because-
dagger is tied to the attack. So
Yeah. So I don't think he'll have the crit if he becomes
I
a she.
I
But
guess-
we will
I
see.
guess we'll see.
Are you guys good over there?
Yeah,
We're good.
yeah, no,
We're
I think-
solid. He's the
Lot
king.
of
He can do what he wants.
A lot of tech
Yeah.
being
Watch yourself.
dissected here.
Not enough tech.
This
Not
all-
enough techies.
Once again, it all comes back to Morphling, that damn hero. Those crazy abilities.
Yeah.
So they banned out the Earth Spirit. So
I'm really confused about these lanes for complexity. Is that an offlane mag and then a mid PA or a mid? I mean, PA is very good against Pugna in lane. That's like a classic counter. Just because Pugna is very low armor, you just keep throwing the dagger. Eventually, you can go on him. He uses the crap. You follow him. You just keep hitting him. The math just works out. The PA is quite good against Pugna, but Pugna can turn around and burst the PA too, if she doesn't
wow.
jump away.
So Braxstone go for the ban of one of the anti-Bat Rider heroes and then pick Bat. They were willing to bet that Cole would do a Z-Freak Magnus.
What did they ban?
They banned Jug.
Oh,
A 5 melee lineup.
Bat
Yeah.
Rider is one of the best heroes against Troll.
They-
When Troll was kind of a popular, Bat Rider was pretty much always banned out.
10 seconds remaining.
I can't believe they banned Jug. It's like 3 cores, possibly 4 already, and they're like,
I
we're not giving them a 5
Especially
core
when
lineup.
PL is still in. Like if
Yeah,
they were
yeah,
gonna do
exactly.
any hero like that, you would
Yeah.
think it would be PL, not Jug.
It's just envy. They're just like, oh my god, what is this guy gonna do next?
I don't want to see Envy Jug.
Envy
I'm
Jug.
pretty sure I've seen him play that. I'm
you
not even gonna lie.
you spin on them and then heal yourself with the healing word.
Insane.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Maybe 5 position tied. Let's go.
I mean, could they please get a ranged hero? Like 4 melee against Winter Wyvern, Tiny. Oh man.
I think
They're just putting so much pressure on the Limp Magnus. It's like, don't worry, we'll pick a bunch of...
Unless it's an Envy Magnus.
Unless...
Show me the Limp Hero.
Oh, there
What?
it is.
What is this?
So it's
Five
Z-Freak Mag,
melee.
dude.
What is this that I'm witnessing?
This is a fun lineup.
Okay,
right
turn-
here.
Wait,
All right.
Z-Freak Troll? Oh, this is like that that guy, the Reddit spammer. That guy who plays all these heroes position 4. I forget what his name is. He plays like...
something.
Yeah, he plays like Anti-Mage position 4.
I tried,
plays Troll position
I tried
4.
to play Troll a lot as position 4. He's really good. Like, you can trade. You can use your axes multiple times, and you can't really trade against him. So annoying to play.
I know, but I feel like why not like Huskar then or some shit or like OD? It's
No,
just
but
like,
this guy scales really well. If you combine his ulti with the Phantom Assassin and Legion Commander, that's a lot of attack speed with the cleave.
Jeez.
No, it really does well.
Yeah.
The hero scales into the mid and late game. It opens up the Roche for you.
You have the Battle Trance Dispels. Boom.
For the
Support Troll.
Is it a hard dispel or a soft dispel?
Soft Dispel.
Okay.
So, it
So
only works on like the
Dispel's
decrep,
the
basically.
Decrepify.
Yeah.
Or the Wyvern.
Or the
Hue.
Stolen Silence when Morphling
Ah.
becomes Night
The
Stalker.
violence.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, I can dig it. I can't dig it.
I don't know. I'm super curious to see what the Night Stalker Troll support duo is gonna pull off.
I'm going to take a
Hey, you
wild
haven't seen
guess.
this one
game.
before? What, are you some kind of amateur?
The classic. You know, this is gonna be nuts. But you know what?
I would like to confirm this after the game if Envy comes on a call, if they win. But I feel like they just picked a bunch of stuff that they want to play. It's like, okay, what do you want to play Limp? And then, because Limp, you know, being Limp, he's like, Magnus, give me Magnus again. And then Z-Freak's like, give me Troll. It's like, okay, Z-Freak, settle down here. But he gave it to him, you know, just giving people what they want to play. And now you have this 5 melee draft.
Yeah,
So-
the other way is like they just picked the first 3 and they had something in mind like, Z-Freak, what do you think about the Troll? And they like try to just 180 their draft somehow and make
Yeah.
it cobble something into how it works.
I believe in Cole, guys. Your king trusts them. Your king believes.
I
Do
want
you
to
believe in your king?
I want to believe in a new world where Troll is a hot 4 position. I'm ready.
I believe in position 4 Troll. I'm just really worried about them being all 5 melee heroes. I mean,
Against a Wyvern.
Troll can transform, but he's going to play that position 4, so it's going to be really hard for them.
5 melee physical damage heroes against a Winter Wyvern.
Yes, you're going to see Troll position 4 is goddamn legit. He has Orb of Venom and is going to trade a lot with 6 Tangos, Mango.
How does it work?
It's 50 mana for 75 damage and 2.5
It's pretty good.
seconds
It's
slow.
actually really good. I've done some Troll offlane, and it's pretty good. You know, you do some Troll AA.
The problem with this stuff is when you try it in your pubs, you probably get a lot of reports because people are so single-minded.
Well, I get the
if you're trying to
reports
test
anyway.
new things,
They're not thinking in
Yes.
30-18 like you
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah.
They're still in 20.
Geez, guys, if there's ever been a value bet, it might be there. 6x. Whew.
complexities making all the betters have a big heart attack with this draft. Have an aneurysm.
Or they're just trying to show off that they're on a totally different level.
Maybe.
They're joining Jenkins in the 9th dimension.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right.
I welcome
Aggressive move. Possibly coming out from Braxstone here. Posing their will to go for a bounty snipe on both sides.
Tiny with the toss
Oh,
to
and,
secure the rune.
He got it. That means 3 of the runes, right?
Yes.
Going to be belonging to Braxstone on this one. All right. So they're winning the game right now.
Yes.
Lacoste, can they hold the lead?
Yeah. What's Tiny's trying to kill the courier? Something just staying behind the lines, and they're swapping the lanes. Actually, Winter Wyvern just steeping top. So you're playing
All right.
Troll Legion. I
Troll
think
Legion.
You want to have Legion Commander against a Bat Rider so you can dispel. In my opinion, we'll see if they want to swap.
They got an aggro lane going on. They bring the Tiny up here, too. So like zone them all the way back, and now they're thinking about focusing in onto the Legion Commander. They
Tosses
toss
him
her
back.
on the range creep.
For that one more right click from Morphling.
Good damage. Good damage.
Down to half life and start chewing the tangos. All right.
So, yes, you didn't put the matchup that maybe sounds better against the Bat Rider, but Bat Rider's alone.
Yeah, that makes it a lot harder for him. Although he is against a melee zoning hero. PA is not one of the worst heroes against Bat, though, because you just spam out the daggers, and
Yeah.
you don't really have to get close to him and commit to him or take any damage.
And one thing about Bat Rider is he can't deny. That is one thing that, like,
Yeah.
you talk about this meta, like, it's such an important thing. It's just completely impossible for Bat Rider because he can only up his own damage for
That's
last
a good
hits.
point. Dakota.
Yep, top lane, Snaking gets tossed back yet again, but will be able to
Don't
survive.
you cut off your king. Don't you try to change the subject. Your king knows he wasn't going to die, you fool.
He's right. I'm sorry. Apologize for the fart. Envy
bottom
taking
lane,
it, taking it to the bat. He's got 6 charges. Is he going to chase this man down? 7 charges.
He's actually doing fairly little damage despite having 7 stacks on him.
Huh.
At least there's not stacks on the PA. Got that going for him.
The bat is trying to get what he can from the lane here, but the PA is also doing a significant amount of denies. 8, 9, and 10 denies against the Bat Rider.
Oh, top lane. That's going to be a kill.
Yes, it is. Swirling around at that same
first blood's
exact
Limp.
moment. It's actually Limp going down to Draken in the Pugna on the mid lane. But, yep, Snaking also falls. Disaster in 2 fronts here for compLexity. Envy's forced to TP out of the bottom lane, too.
Jeez, he was so ready for that, too. Like, now there's no mana left. He has to stick up for King Tekka.
He baited the Firefly. It's actually such a long cooldown now, and the mana cost is significantly higher.
Yeah, and he's going for a clarity, too, so he can't even come back near the wave, or he's going
Is
to
he
get
another
daggered.
PA will dagger him? Yeah. That's one of the big issues with Bat Rider is that he has such high mana usage in the lane, and really the only way to sustain that it's not mangoes realistically. It's clarities.
Yeah, he just took more damage. He had to TP home.
And now you got 2 to 3 waves of uncontested farm here for your PA in the bottom lane. Envy can look elsewhere and start making some possible calls.
0 bat. That's
Zero
not good.
Wow.
That's not good.
That's
he's-
real
he's-
bad.
He's alone.
Whoa.
That's the problem with tri-laning. You have this lane bot, which should be very weak on the side of compLexity. And
Yeah, and they didn't achieve anything on the top. I mean, they got a kill, but that's pretty much it.
Remember there was a time in Dota when if your lane was going this bad, he could just go to the jungle.
Oh, yeah.
Not anymore, sorry.
what's
Get
a
back to the
jungle?
lane. Get back to the lane where you lost. Nowhere to bail out.
Go and suffer some more.
Go suffer. There's no jungle to bail you out.
God, how many games do offlaners go jungle? I haven't seen one in weeks in competitive.
Toss back and blink back in from Jo. Looks like we have Panthera joining the bottom lane for the Bat Rider, who is obviously having a little bit of a struggle starting to string together the CS he needs. Toss again.
Wow.
Man, Panthera just happy to go balls deep under the tower to go for the toss back. Cost him his own life. Worth much?
He should have just stayed bottom at the start. He got toss level 1. Maybe that's the reason he decided to stay on the top lane. But if he went for 3 grab and just harassed the bottom lane, 2 melee heroes, he would secure Bat Rider some last hits, and they would put way more pressure on the lane.
I agree. I think a lot of the time people forget that the entire purpose of the laning phase right now is basically just to secure denies and last hits.
Cell in a lot of trouble top. One more axe could do it. Zephyr gets it.
That is the only scenario in which you want to take kills, where you're essentially forcing the Wyvern to put himself out of position, or he screws up and puts himself out of position, and it's a free kill. Other than that, a lot of the time kills just cost you more than the CS you gain for getting them, and the experience that you gain for getting them, because you use all of your mana, which is one of the big reasons why Bat is not very strong if you can't just zone with the napalms. So I definitely agree with the Tiny should have gone the tree.
And Troll seems so good to have as your laning buddy, especially when the opposite of the lane core has very short range to work with when they attack. Like Morth doesn't have the longest range, or if it was a melee bottom lane.
They can't even kill
Stuns
the side,
out,
can they?
toss up and down onto Envy. Still very tanky, but the sticky is stacking. But he takes flight of his own.
Once again, it's using his entire mana pool, though.
Yeah, to not even get a finish.
Okay, we
They're
won't get him.
throwing
They
the
have
tips
Shrine.
towards Envy, and they will be able to get the takedown.
What's the status on the bounty runes? Did Envy steal
No,
one
he
and then
didn't
die
get
for
it in
He didn't
time.
get it, okay.
No, the bat did. So that was actually pretty good for Braxstones overall.
Yeah. Yeah, they get the bounties, and then making a move like that on the Shrine coming up is always a good play. Just a free trip to the fountain, essentially.
Lots of trades, lots of Splinter Blasts flying out for Excel. Doesn't have pickup yet, but didn't see if he was about to grab a Soul Ring. Nope, just a lot of consumables here to use. A couple more wards, a smoke, some clarities.
Just to spell that. Yeah, that's the counter.
You can hit and if you hit again, it doesn't give you
It
the
doesn't,
debuff,
no,
which
no,
is
it
really
doesn't.
weird.
Yeah, that's That's a classic. If you see an Ogre or a Winter Wyvern, you just pick Legion and dispel their debuff, and it's like, well, nice laning, buddy.
Yeah.
Although the laning is based a little bit more on the Splinter Blast nowadays on the Wyvern, so it's not as big of a deal as it used to be.
Oh, Pugna, there's an RP plus a double damage, and he's going in.
Decreps himself.
Yeah, he's
that
gonna go
means
for
he
the double.
means more
He's not
damage
gonna-
from the
Ooh.
shockwave. Attempted sidestep. Envy does not get caught from the stun. He runs out the other direction. There's the skewer in RP and a Z-Freak follow-up. Looking to chop on down. Little Draken, and they should be able to get it. There it is. Life Drain comes out, but it's too late.
Yeah, they abused the fact that the Legion was alone, though. They got the kill on her. Seeing all those heroes mid.
Yeah, that's a nice. It's always nice to make a play like that when you see the enemy team reveal information.
Thinking about converging right there, but Morphling decides to pull off.
Old cut and paste.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, Limp, the big breadwinner of the laning stage so far in terms of CS, 43-2 in that mid lane. He's going for the arcane pickup. Looks like it according to his Q.
Morphling has no mana. They could go on him. I mean, he can still morph, but
Can't wait for him away. Oh my god, it's always so uncomfortable to see that HP pool go so low.
That's why I don't play Morphling.
Too stressful. Oh, Z-Freak.
Ooh, heavy damage on the Z-Freak. Waveform doesn't find connection. Turns the corner to step away. Panthera not going to be so fortunate here. Gets swarmed as both Snaking and Envy run him down with the right click. And they still have advantage in numbers, so they'll continue to pursue. They find the easier target in Excel. He's able to get off the heal, but it's just delaying the inevitable here. They bring him down. Z-Freak, your 4-position troll, now on a killing spree.
are you a believer now?
He's getting his hands dirty nonstop. I mean, the laning matchup I felt helped a lot. I mean, if you have like a ranged core, I feel like it's a lot harder for the troll to, you know, be a bully in the lane. But for right now, he's doing a wonderful job.
Pugna's doing pretty well mid though. The thing he's getting out CS'd, but he's trading just sitting in this lane and zoning the mag for pushing in the tower. So he's getting some damage on the tower, which is of course very, very valuable. A lot of other players might opt to just zone the mag, get denies, but not really with the Pugna here. A lot of the time you just trade a free lane essentially for the tower, which is one of the best things about this hero, because then you just take a one lane, you take some levels, and you run it to the other lanes with absolutely no consequence, because the mid tower is dead.
I can't believe Tiny does not have a 3 grab. 9 minutes in against 5 melee heroes.
It's crazy in this patch. Like even support Tinies, you see them just go first skill, tree grab. Even if they don't know the lanes, they just go tree grab, just because the CS is so important and it makes laning so incredibly easy.
I think at this point he's like kind of mixed out on all that laning stuff though, so I kind of get it, but at the same time it still works in your combo too.
Yeah.
Right? It does cost more mana, which might be one thing, because you just get, well, I don't know. I'm not sure what his play is.
Just
I
not
think
thinking about the CS game. He's thinking about running around doing as much burst as he can on people.
Which doesn't. I mean, it's okay if you can burst people and then have resources available that if they come back they get zoned, so you can CS. But if you can't CS, it's just you just run around with no resources.
Dive in for the Morphling. He promptly waveforms to the left-hand side, and we're gonna have a couple of TPs in. Dragon.
Duel is ready.
Yes, duel.
Self to Crep. The duel. Powering up for it is Snake King. Looks to go for the grab on the little Pugna. Can't quite catch up. Pugna's so freaking fast. Turn around to Crep. Oh, right into that burst combo. Oh no, he tosses Snake King all the way back into an awkward position, right into the lasso. And they'll finally bring down Lady Legionnaire.
Z-Freak just farming on the bot lane.
Another kill on that Pugna. Is he top? He must be top net worth, I'm
He
guessing,
is.
at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of leading the game for the Dire then, around the 10-minute mark.
The tower definitely helps out.
Yeah.
Z-Freak just farming. He wants that troll ulti.
All right, so we've
Phase
had
boots.
several games today where it felt like there was a team that was under pressure. I feel like that's probably Braxstone here. Even though they have the Morphling, I kind of feel like they need to get a lot done right now, because this looks like one of those games that the enemy team has 5 carries, and if you just ignore them for a while, they're all super rich, and you're like, what just happened, guys? I thought their draft was terrible.
It honestly looks more like a turbo lineup.
Yeah, it
You
does.
know what I mean?
It really does. Hey man, it's kind of turbo when you have the Magnus in power. They can all farm so quickly.
Bottom lane, Snake King hits with a Decrep, purges it off gladly. And there's only about a minute left of daytime for Braxstone to be able to take advantage, if they want to do so.
That is-
They found Panthera.
That's a dead time.
What up?
My
Got him with
God.
the stun.
Some
Toss
damage.
back, running, trying to find some help, but no one's nearby. This is our first duel. That is our first duel victory.
Yep.
Going
No
Snake in.
status resistance
I like this
yet.
tiny dude. He's always in silly positions. It's fun to watch. Sometimes he's getting kills. Sometimes he's getting killed.
And also Troll picked up a Quelling Blade, which means that he wants to farm, he wants to be able to scale.
And he
Not
wants to
sure
be able to
if
plant
there's
good
enough.
wards.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's enough
Up
creeps
top,
on the map for that.
Jo trying to commit
not
towards
sure
this
about
Morphling,
that either.
getting a couple of
God,
crits,
look how
but
little damage
oh,
it does.
here comes Draken though. Decrepify, with the blast and the life drain, they'll get the finish of PA.
Now, Pagna did a little sidestep. He did not want to go all in with the combo. Went a little bit deep so he can use the life drain after the blink strike.
I feel like the what we just saw is a result of nowhere near enough space on the map for all of these heroes to farm. Like if Z-Freak farming the safe lane bot, Jay was just in like the deadest place on the map. Like, what do I do, guys? Just
Yeah.
trying to get farm. Everybody else is farming everything else.
All right, Nightfall here. Time for Captain Envy on his Night Stalker to really take control. And we have a Hastrun bottom being stalked out from King Tekka. Unless Envy gets it. Aha!
Snagged.
My Hastrun fools. May have got him with a stun, maybe trying to go for a clever toss back, but not going to get it. Now here comes compLexity. Smoked up and on the move. We have Limp
They
with
blink
the RP.
Magnus? No blink.
No blink yet.
Not yet.
He's got the arcanes. He was flipped there a bit. He started with arcanes and he thought about power treads and then went back to arcanes, it looks like.
You see how they sent Envy mid with that haste rune? So like, in case there were wards, they would never expect him to be coming here, right? Why,
Yep.
why would the hasted Night Stalker run away from where his team is smoking to gank?
Oh, Decrep canceling out the Legion Commander duel entirely. Pugna, the Achilles heel of Legion Commander.
Legion is so good against all of the other heroes in this game.
Oh, they scan Limp. They know. Oh, jeez.
They've spotted the big man, and they begin to converge.
Poachers after his horn.
Certainly no way Limp is going to be able to squeeze out of this one. He goes down, and his head will be mounted on the wall.
That would look pretty good, you know. That's giant Magnus head.
Until the Magnus activists come out and come at you, throwing blood on your shirts
Oh, yeah. Because you're wearing it around.
because you're wearing Magnus shirts.
Makes sense. Oh, it's down to 4.22. The belief is there for Braxstone.
Radiant's bottom tower
They need a blink dagger on this Legion Commander, but he just bought a power thread, so it's gonna be a
Toss
long
back
way
for
until
Envy?
he gets him.
Oh, the silence. Don't even try it, nerd.
Guy's still level 4, 13 minutes.
But he's so damn cheeky. This little tiny.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my God.
Could like
You know,
slow him with the trees.
The one thing about drafting a lineup that's just like, aha, if you go late game, we'll win against a Pugna, is that you're against a Pugna, and he'll just push all of your towers, and there's absolutely no commitment required. That's a career.
It's a living career.
I think
Z-Freak hog-tied and pulled right back to the arms of Braxstone.
Oh, the tip.
I don't like the build in position 4 throw. He spent 1,000 gold on Ring of Aquila, and they already have it. I mean, if he wants to go for damage, he's gonna get Empower at one point. But if you want to play that support, you need to build an urn. You could go for Spirit Vessel as well. This is an amazing game for it. Life Drain against Pugna, Winter Wyvern, Morphling as well. I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if maybe Night Stalker could get the urn.
He's
but
not gonna
got
get any
nothing.
items
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, he's got nothing.
it's got traps.
Envy in the interview, I'll be lucky if I get one item.
Yeah. Well, this is an even harder game to farm items in. He's got 4 carries on his team.
Okay, 2 of the carries to cross paths with that Tiny. He's caught in the river up top, gets the stun off, and is able to turn and run up the hill and away from potential trouble. Okay, from behind, Excel says, let's keep this party going. Hits out the curse. Panthera tries a toss back, but only finds himself on the bad end of that little mix-up. He goes down. Game's about even, with just compLexity having a slight net worth advantage.
Envy chasing Morphling. That's not gonna work out.
Uh-oh, Envy.
Oh, this is such a classic Envy.
I mean, he can fly wherever the hell he wants. Can he find a way to fly to a TP spot? Yes, he can. Yes, he
My
can.
God. Forces TPs. TPs out himself.
So likely Braxstone will try and take that top tier 1 if it's not like saved up here with the Pugna, and then I assume if they rotate all their heroes, they're gonna try and get Pugna like embedded deep in the Radiant jungle.
First hit
as-
bash.
Prep
Ooh.
save. And
Wow,
life
that's-
drain.
No, he's gotta be dead.
Pugna
No, he's
fends him
fine.
off. Has one more second. Another Decrep. Turn around. Combo. Jo's got to bail out. Ward's already on the ground. Some decent damage. No damage at all really on the Snake King, but they do have to turn and run. Z-Freak steps in to slow them down. Panthera wants to keep going. He grabs Z-Freak himself, tosses him in, but finds himself in the midst of a duel where Snake King will take more damage away. Troll ends up getting dropped, but they're looking to commit on in. Limp has the RP, decides doesn't even need it on this one. Draken, though, goes for the life drain, pumps fakes the RP again, gets the double kill, and at the end of the day, and when the dust settles, this one belongs to compLexity.
Meanwhile, Batrider just continues to casually farm jungle with the Blink Dagger. He was actually there. He was standing here.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? Got TP to that. I don't think this is a game you want to go late against compLexity.
No, certainly not, I'd imagine.
What is Curse? All right, here comes our Blink then.
There he is.
Blink forward from the
Gets
bat.
RP?
RP!
Oh,
Just as
no.
the bat wants to
Duel?
lasso him down. They will end up getting Limp regardless. Can they go for more? Snake King on the run. Legion on Legion.
You can't
Prime.
run from yourself, man, you know?
Don't run from your true fears.
Fighting his inner demons.
There's that lasso. Double kill for your Morphling. So that helps the case a bit.
I think Demon was standing in for J-Storm.
Oh, yeah, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
My bad on
that's
that
okay.
call.
I got you. So this whole bottom lane, they pushed both these towers so early, but they don't have anyone who's down here abusing that at all. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of farmed it a bit. I saw Morphos kind of in the area for a while, so that's nice. But if they get this tower, this is actually pretty good, even though they lost everything else up top. Because I feel like they're just trying to choke out what's left here for compLexity, try and farm. And I really want that Pugna down bottom, being super sneaky, because I don't think they have the best catch form at this moment.
Yeah. You got the daytime. Take advantage of this while you can. Looks like they'll mostly be migrated towards the top half of the map. Got that tier 1. Why not get the tier 2 and bring in that much more extra money? Plus that RP is still going to be on cooldown for looks like another minute. So this is a window for Braxstone. We'll have to see what they can get out of it. Still need more time for that lasso.
Oh, they can see them. This deep ward giving a lot of vision.
They pull off, crossing back through the Roche camp. No commitment to the Roche yet. Not a really good Roche lineup, especially for Braxstone's side.
You can see they tried to ward the high ground too, but that ward, as I said, very deep, very sneaky. So they will survive here on the side of Braxstone.
It's actually such a nice ward spot because everybody D-wards that high ground.
Yeah.
Usually with the ward right in the middle, or the D-ward right in the middle to get both of the spots, the one by the Ancients and the one on the high ground.
Yeah.
That one just gets scouted by basically nothing.
All right, how's our items coming along? I saw BKB and Q for our Trollman, Blink Blade Mail for Legion Commander. I know you've been calling out for the Blink for a while. She's very close to it. Shadow Blade for Limp after this Blink. So even better kind of catch.
Oh, that scan does hit just as about to fade away, so they know that the side of Braxstone's here.
They're making their approach, crossing through the mid lane.
Oh, they can see them.
High ground, though, for compLexity, but they are under that ward that you're talking about. And with that bit of vision, they leap in and get the grab on the Limp. Limp, though, able to skewer them back into the high ground, but ultimately Limp will get dropped, and no one from compLexity in the proximity. Get the hell out and know that they're going to be sacking this tier 2.
MNZ has that Lincoln Sphere finish, so they're going to need to use Dagger to remove it, and he does not want to use spells, so he can... I mean, the primary target should be Vent Reviver
They're going high ground.
Here we
or
go.
Pugna. It's really hard to use Legion Commander in this game.
God, the Radiant team is so spread. Legion top farming, PA farming the Dire
They're actually
jungle.
just sacking Arax.
That's Arcane Rune Pugna.
Looks like they've already accepted that this
No.
game is for them of the future, not their inning. Braxton just takes the 1 Rex for now and walk out and away.
Damn, the discipline. They don't want to fight into the Magnus.
Envy trying
Wow.
to catch anyone from
I'm
behind
really
in the mid lane.
surprised he didn't buy back. I guess he's so close to
Oh, double damage.
the Shadow Amulet or something.
I can't believe they get to keep their melee racks. That is crazy.
Yeah, well, it's still a
Double
lot.
damage on Kotaro if they want to consider turning and fighting, but it looks like they won't. They just get the quick catch and duel onto Excel. But he buys back. I think now is the time to fight as they move into their own high ground territory.
Wyvern assault.
compLexity double off. Wyvern moving
What a
in.
huge
Does
ult!
get the catch as they all walk directly
Oh my
into it.
God.
They obliterate.
Let's see some crits from
And
Fake
take
PA.
him out. To the high ground they go. RP Limp desperate to survive on the low ground. It's going to be Kotaro beginning to go to work. He gets the double kill there. The chase continues for Limp and make it a triple. Godlike now.
They're
For
gonna go for
Kotaro.
Roche.
Into the Roche pit.
Wow, that discipline completely working out.
They're not the greatest Roche heroes, but I mean, if complexity's not buying back to save a tier 3 into
Yeah.
They have double damage.
that
On a morph.
that's definitely solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Convenient.
quite the deciding factor for that fight. Certainly a big, big advantage.
And he's gonna get Ethereal Blade at the reasonable timing. So
Oh man.
Batrider Lasso.
gonna be so hard to fight into that.
Did he toss the bat?
Good grab of Z-Freak, pulling him up to the high ground. They're not done yet. Envy also caught nearby. They chase him down and take to the skies to burn him on up. And the rich get richer here for Braxstone, taking the advantage right away from compLexity and pulling it ahead now up to 3K. They're going to finish off what they had started in the mid lane and then go elsewhere, I'd imagine.
Man, it started from the bottom and now King Tech is here.
Yep.
That's unreal. 0 CS at like 4 minutes.
Snake King thinks he's the king. King Tech is the real king.
But the fact is, Trent is the real king.
King.
True.
And there's Stan King.
The
too.
roll swap said so.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Your king has spoken.
Thank you.
There it is. Now it's official.
Slightly delayed.
All right.
A little bit of brain lag on our wizard today.
It's every day.
It's that US West ping, you know?
It is.
It's
the
getting
ping.
us,
The
getting
ping.
us real good.
Shrine time here.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
So I guess if you're Cole, you're holding out to last racks territory, high ground defense when your cores have gotten that next juicy potential item.
Did
to
you see
bring
what
it back.
Kotaro just did? He dropped his Ethereal Blade, so when he's hitting and it reveals him, they don't see the Ethereal Blade in his inventory. That's actually kind of cool.
Super sneaky, sis.
That was pretty sweet. Because they don't know that he has it yet.
I don't think it's a big deal. They saw that he has a Ghost Scepter.
I mean, I know.
It's
It's just
10-0.
it's just cheek. It's a little cheeky play, you know.
They just love to drop the items.
We'll
in SA, right?
No, dude, that was
That is true.
Maybe
was-
his BM left all. I know you're
That
watching me
wasn't
take your
BM.
shrine, and I'm gonna drop my item as you watch me.
That
That
wa-
could be a Kotaro thing. I know you're watching me right now.
It's definitely a Kotaro.
You touching my garb?
Yeah.
Jealous, bruh? My royal knight
You look
garb.
really good over there.
Yeah, I can't remember at the Halloween store. I think it was called like the Dark Knight.
That's you,
so
baby.
are you scared, bro? Oh,
Brit.
that's what I thought.
Oh,
top
Envy, surprise.
Hi everyone, I'm Envy.
Oh, that
Chase
knight
me in the
vision.
trees.
Oh yeah, the knight is.
No, he's not 15 yet.
Everyone's like, forget that guy. We're not chasing him.
He just wants to protect.
This
the
is how you
protect
beat.
the lane. Yeah, he's pinging it out. Just protect
You
the
beat-
creep wave, so Henry can't do any sneaky stuff.
Yeah.
You beat complexity by ignoring envy. That's what you do.
Radiant's top
That's what we've
tower
learned from
is
this.
under attack.
That has definitely been the general theme of many of their games. Envy just creating that chaos that he's so well known for.
Has fallen.
Chaos could be coming their way from the north. Braxstone come. Clearing out that tier 2, and now with eyes on the racks, leading out the charge. Kotaro on that Morphling. Lincoln's already popped, but he's got that
going in.
Aegis. He's got that shotgun. He's got his eyes on Envy, and he gets him down. Skewer's going to be back, but he takes that
Oh,
Skewer and
nice.
skewers Z-Freak forward instead.
Now he's empowered.
Yeah, self-empower.
And now he is going to be dishing out some extra bit of deeps here as the tower cannot stand. Takes it again, gets another empower, gives it to Pugna.
That's such a good dive like that, too, because he's trying to force out the RP, but while he still has Aegis. And Limp can't do it, because he needs this RP to try and secure the second kill.
Radiant's top
And he just gets stuck in this terrible situation.
Swift takedown of the racks, more discipline kind of being shown. As I say that, though, Kotaro confident to jump right back in, taking it to Snake King. Brings him pretty low, but not able to go for the finish. And now he will have to waddle his way out. Looks like he does. He scoots out to freedom. compLexity with the old compLexity smoke wraparound, right? I
Oh.
don't know. Envy.
Z-Freak wants those bounties.
Oh, you're right. Yep. He runs right out, and he's going to be grabbing him up. Envy's also beelining it.
Go, go,
for
go,
the
Envy!
rune. But that little Pugna is just too damn fast. He will grab both theirs and his own. And Envy will unfortunately have to miss out. Hungry for the scraps of meat out in the yard.
Oh, Envy's getting a tip. And encountering a couple dire heroes, but he flies into the trees.
My God.
He's gone. All right, so all that's what's out there and left for compLexity to kind of stop this momentum of Braxstone here. It seems like with ease almost they've been able to kind of clear out 2 sets of racks.
Dire
Just one more here on the bottom. They're already congregating that direction. And compLexity have quite the core lineup, but it feels like it's never been able to kind of reach its prime.
Yeah, they're going to need a little bit of help from Braxstone this game, I think, with some poor positioning or something. Seems to be the only way they come back into this.
They're experienced players. They should have that technical ability to be able to find those kind of holes and take full advantage if they are given. But meanwhile, Snaking, who's creating a bit of space for the rest of his team, gets caught out in the mid lane, burnt apart.
Braxton's actually having a lot of discipline in this game, though, not allowing these lanes to be split
Wow,
pushed.
that damage.
Annihilated Envy.
They're just grouping up in like the little groups that they need to both deal with the lanes and also apply pressure. And now they're back to Siege with 2 dead.
Yeah, top lane's not pushed in too far, so they have plenty of wiggle room to work with here if Braxton can try to close the game out. Let's see what they got into the pocket of compLexity. Limp with that RP blink. Back and at the ready. Put it together with the Empower, with the PA. Maybe you can go for like a grand slam hit.
We gotta see some epic fight coming up next because they have to do something. They're just they're about to get racked.
Someone is just ruling this Braxstone team with an iron fist, man. They are just
really are
like completely never overstepping.
Yeah, that's
another curse.
Potential catch out with the curse, and the Magnus is gone. Kataro finds an opportunity to jump in, takes the PA, chases her down with her own dagger and leap, but they turn it back onto the bat. He's able to get the Yules up and barely survive. Can he fly out from this one? Yes, he barely holds on and makes it away. King Tekka. My God, Limp is forced to buy back as the fight continues. Z-Freak forced to pop his BKB, fighting amongst the low ground. On the high ground, we see the takedown and blast of Panthera. Draken also going to get dropped. Katara wants to swing it out. He's one of the many fewer cores remaining, actually. To the low ground he goes. Z-Freak chases on, gets the bash right there. The falling right clicks, the bat jumps into his own demise. And this is disaster, it looks like, for Braxstone. Triple kill for Jo. Looking to make it the Ultra, gets it there.
This is just way. They're overextending, man. After killing this Magnus once, after he bought back, they should just go back. They have heroes.
Talking about Iron Fist, where was it in that fight? What happened?
They said go, go, go.
They were just
unfortunately,
going.
that was not the call. They, compLexity, like you were mentioning, quick to have the Limp buyback ready to go and turn things around. Damn.
Well, that's a little intense. So how much gold was that for PA? She had like almost 15K now?
Woo.
It's going to be almost a full basher.
My God.
On that XP, yeah, that's a good thing to point out.
Do you think they need another fight like that, or is that enough almost to even the playing field?
I think they need another fight.
One
like
more
that.
fight
One more?
or a Roche.
One more fight or Roche, and this could be closer to even ball
I like
game.
this. Trying to extend it while the Morphling's still dead. See if they get a really quick pick, but with it getting a little closer, they'll just back away.
Yeah, they tried. That would have been really nice. And then get a pick after somebody else dies.
Oh, Limp, that's very fast now. He went for the corruption instead of the cleave. Why is he not tripling down on cleave, guys? Come on now.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
But he has a triple stifling dagger.
Oh, yeah.
So
he
it could have
doesn't-
been non-ocliptuplet. Non.
Triple
That's
the
a 9.
cleaved dagger.
Hex, sept, oct, non? Is it non? I feel like it's non.
I can't handle that. That's the wizard.
Tetra, penta, sexta, octa, nona.
Nona!
Nona,
Boom, we
yeah.
got it. Thank you.
You're so smart, Brett.
Thanks,
That's why
bro.
we bring him here, you know?
Croatian education.
Here we
Smartest
go.
American I
versus
know.
Canadian.
They swing out, they get Snake King first. Or do they? Yeah, they do. He's going to be out, no buyback for him. Z-Freak looking to get into the mix. Envy being chased out from King Tekka should be burnt up and finished off, while Jo looks to isolate Panthera here. Panthera gladly tosses him back and away, and they put their focus onto Jo. He quickly tries to jump out onto the back of Z-Freak. Z-Freak, though, is going to get shot on down. Jo should be next. Limp tries to jump in with a mighty RP to stop them in their tracks, but ultimately not going to get stopped. They get the finish of Jo. Limp, well, limping away.
Did they get the morph, though?
It's Tekka.
Morph just died from a dagger.
He just TP's away, laughing at him.
Just dropping some items, you know? Casual.
It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
That's a very fair point, Ilya Brizgalov.
Is that who that is?
Yes.
Who is that?
Who is
He's
Oh,
a
a hockey
goalie.
player. Of course he
He
is.
is.
Okay, what
Yes.
am I? What?
He used to play for the Coyotes.
Oh, double damage enemy is gonna probably snatch that. Oops.
Envy my blueberry rune, thank you. Or not. Just ping it out.
So that fight actually favored Brax slightly.
Slightly. It only got
Despite-
their net worth back about 1K.
You know, despite the triple kill crit.
Yeah.
Just need another couple of those, and they're Gucci.
Although the game's not over, so you could say it favored Colt. Because
That's
they're very
true.
far behind.
That is
Yeah,
true.
the longer this game goes, it's still pretty nice for
Ooh,
Cole
Tiny
here.
swing and a miss on that one.
Yep, yep.
What do you
yep.
think of the solar crest that Tiny just built? That is really unusual, but it is a ton
It's
of
good.
physical.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything they have is physical. They have nothing that pierces through the evasion, so
Yep.
really good pickup.
No MKB or anything yet. Roche
Even
pops
helps
Double
them
with
damage
out.
Roche.
right in front of Roche
Woo-hoo-hoo.
with the solar crest.
Very nice. Is there any way complexity could interfere? Limp with a mighty blink RP could be something, but he's got about 15 seconds till it's up and ready to go. And I don't think there's 15 seconds of Roche time left. In fact, there's not even 5 seconds. Roche is dead. And
that a
now
re-
Braxton's on the move.
Is there a refresher shard?
No, that's a second.
It's
Roche.
a second.
Oh, they don't have detection. They stun out
Ooh,
Limp,
nice.
and he
We
makes
got
it
him. He can get
away. Oh, quick move in. Lasso pullback as they get the Yules up into Z-Freak. Z-Freak gets tossed over and inside. Snake King, confident, tries to go for the duel, but will end up handing over the damage instead, as there's a Pugna there to help out with that pesky Decrepify.
Oh, speaking of Pugna,
Dispels the Master
Chases out.
Madness.
Z-Freak blasted down. All while tagging the Shrine. They'll take a couple of kills.
Radiant's top
And complexity have to get back to mending out the push into their base. They are still now backs against the wall. Braxton fight was much more significant for them. Bumps them up to near a 10K net worth advantage with that.
So you're a PA. Do you go for a rapier now if the game drags?
Yes, for sure.
Pray for RNGs.
You just
yeah,
hope
right.
that you get the dagger crit,
Yeah.
the triple dagger crit in the RP.
yeah, I guess so.
I feel like this game is just the ultimate test for Limp. It's like, all right, Limp, you got to hit the RP of your life.
All right, Morph does not want to wait around. Goes right in for the tier 3, able to bring it down. They
Becomes
put
a
their
Night
focus
Stalker.
onto the racks. Yeah, takes the Night Stalker. Confused me for a second. Jumps right back in after getting skewered. They're trying to isolate them back. They will get the finish of the Wyvern. Wyvern going to be taken out of this one. He didn't have Curse anyways. And now Jo looking to make the move for Tiny. Lots of damage onto Kotaro. He's trying to man up and go directly in and for the racks before he does lose that Aegis. Panthera should be next. Decrepify, though, from Dragon does help him. He's able to make it to the low ground. He survives. He's
That was
out.
a
He's
Pugna,
good.
though.
They turn back for
Yeah.
the focus onto Kotaro, and a pause will come
Oh.
out from the side of Braxton because the PC has crashed.
Not likely story.
Yeah,
Oy,
right.
ay, ay. I don't know whose PC crashed.
I mean,
More
he's
flanks
still
too.
gonna die.
He was kind of just going in on the racks. I wonder if he was crashed that time at that time. But
Wow, Tiny got it. I thought he died. Jeez,
yeah, barely.
he was so low.
He has a blink and about to have toss if he needs to go in to sacrifice himself.
All right, guys, how does Morph live?
Well, we click on him here, and he's got 14 wand charges. He's still
wave-
got a lot
He
left.
has waveform.
Ethereal Blade is
What are
only
his
seconds.
talents, please?
Waveform attacks, 30 attack speed, and 10
Okay,
agility.
didn't know if he had the edge or
Okay.
not. Assumed he did, but
I mean, that was a perfect game to go for more of target allies. You go into Winter Wyvern, get the extra range, just hit people from far, far away.
yeah, and the tree too.
That's actually a ridiculous combo.
Yeah.
Morph Winter.
Does
Because it's
Tiny
it
3
lasts.
grab still works if waveform attacks targets? You cleave everybody.
Yeah,
That's a good question. That
it should.
that sounds like it should.
I don't know.
How do the numbers change for this GG bet? Isn't it
Live
based? Isn't it
odds.
based on what people? Live odds. Somebody's gonna need to explain that to me.
It's fluctuating based on how the game's going, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if it's based on how the game's going or based on the
The betting.
betting.
Yeah, there could be people placing live odds.
Still betting.
I'm
Yeah.
sure the information's there if you scroll down and check out the link.
Okay.
I'm sure they explain exactly how it works. And, yeah. Okay, reconnected here. Kotaro Hayama is back in action. We get to see how this one fizzled out. Will Kotaro walk away with
I
his
vote
life?
yes.
They just got Megas.
King says he
so
lives.
Complexity need to get a big grab
coming.
here and take it right back to Braxstone's side. Will they be able to do it?
Oh, your king has spoken.
Whoa! To the low ground he goes. Out and away. Jo going to get dropped, forced to buy back. But the base is just ransacked.
You know, They do have a lot of cleave. They can actually hold out megas for quite some time.
I mean, that was going to be my next question. But is the game over? Because they have 5 ridiculous cores. They have the benefit of Empower. It feels like they could hold their ground for quite a while.
It is, at this point, Pugna loses a lot of his effectiveness.
He
because
does.
Pugna can't do anything to tier 4s.
My job's done, gentlemen.
Like, you pretty much, he's given everything he can. Like, now he just heals Morphling. So it has become very much a 4 protect 1, basically, at this point for Braxstone. So theoretically, with the Abyssal and everything, if the saves aren't there from the Wyvern and the Pugna, they do have great saves, let's be honest.
They kind of have to kill the Pugna and the Wyvern first.
They might be able to hold them off. Cole could do it. It is Cole. It is Envy. He prefers being 10k down.
They need to, like, duel. They need to duel the Wyvern, and then while the Wyvern's being dueled, everybody groups up on the duel and, tries to help him. Then RP, or you could also silence the Pugna. Kill the Wyvern, and then once the Pugna is, well, the Pugna silence, Wyvern's dead, go for the Morphling.
Yeah, but Pugna is making a best item he can right now. He's going for...
Rapier?
Eggs.
Yeah, definitely Rapier.
Oh, Eon Disc. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that...
I don't see too much disc lately, actually. I mean, we don't see too many of those kind of selfless Healy support types, I guess, that typically go for disc.
Very good item on Pugna, despite the cooldown nerf, just because he can, heal up and stuff if you don't automatically burst him. Really, the only thing that he's susceptible to as a hero is burst. So that's why it's pretty legit on him. The status resistance doesn't do much, though, to be quite frank, other than the fact that it makes it so you get RP'd, you get bursted. The RP lasts a little bit less duration.
Yeah, you have enough time to Yules yourself, or Yule someone, quickly life drain and get back in the fight.
Tiny with a Eon Disc, status resistance?
It stacks?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think it's like 50% status resist, then 25% of whatever's left, so 25% of 50%, 12.5%, so 62.5% status resist, which is very cancer.
That's NA math right there.
I don't know numbers. What do you say?
He's saying it's good.
It's good.
What, people actually would consider getting Aeon Disc on Tiny?
What
are you smoking? Get the hell out of here.
I have seen that.
What? He's bursting. He doesn't get bursted? What?
Yeah, but he's vulnerable to slow.
I guess. Oh, Limp. Looking to go for the quick snipe on a little Wyvern. Caught out of line. They will get the Wyvern down. Bat follow-up, though, and the buyback from Wyvern. Looks like that Braxstone want to try to close things out if possible. Hard commitment in from Kotaro. Switches over to the Night Stalker. Gets caught in the duel, but the Decrep is there again. Stops any further damage from the duel. Snake King will get brought down. Draken doing serious work on the outskirts as that Pugna. And Cole are just trying to fend off the destruction coming their way. Buybacks coming out from the Plenties. Limp skewers back towards the fountain to save himself. And now it looks like Braxstone are going to regroup.
They use pretty much every single buyback. Winter Wyvern. Bot back still has ulti up. No RP for more than a minute, so they could group up.
Morph going in, going to work. He's getting the lifeline there from Draken. And now both tier 4s are down. He begins to go for the jugular. Can they stop him? They're going to go for the skewer back. He waveforms right back from whence he came. But the follow from Jo is going to be the Abyssal. There's the dagger. The multi-Yules coming out. The follow-up, the look to go for the duel. But the curse counter is going to be there. And it locks them in their spot. They turn all their damage onto Snake King. Look to go for the finish, and he's going to be out. No buybacks there. Limp should fall next. This looks to be it. Can Braxton close things out? It looks like they can. 3 are going to get dropped, and compLexity take another scratch on their King's Cup record, and it's going to go to Braxstone.
Wow. Ninth dimension, a little bit too far out, it looks like, for compLexity. You're not able to take it with the...
You know what they say. Sometimes you try to be next level, and you just end up on the previous level. That was some previous level stuff.
Yeah, we'll never know unless compLexity win the next game and we happen to get an interview, whether this is just some sort of like preconceived draft that they're just looking to try to run, if it's like Jenkins' case where everyone's just kind of like, give me this, give me that, or if they had a plan in motion in the draft and then had to 180 and just say, well, Z-Freak, you play everything and you're capable, we'll just give you the troll and try to make it work. We will not know. We are not a fly on the wall.
We'll never know.
Yeah, but you know when he's not going to reveal
Yeah, he said, I don't talk about picks.
So we don't
can't talk about picks. No picks.
Well, we can talk about the picks.
Yes, we can. We have every damn right. This is America, after all. Freedom of speech and such.
We're never.
So 4 melee, 1 transformation, which is not that effective. I'm only sad because we didn't see the full effectiveness of Troll position 4.
Do you think he should have farmed less? Is that why he wasn't as effective? Because he's just hitting creeps?
I mean, it's just a team composition. You have other heroes who don't do well together. I mean, just the whole lineup. If you ask someone around 5k MMR, he would probably tell you that this is not a good lineup.
It's just that everyone has to farm. So is it like if you maybe had a hero that still could like scale in the late game but doesn't have to engulf so much farm in that mid game period, taking that potential away from whether it be the Legion Commander or the PA or the Magnus?
I mean, you can make it work, but it's so hard to execute. When you're relying so much on that one spell, most of the time you always lose that game. If you're relying on someone to hit 3-4 man RPs, 3-4 man Ravages, that's not going to work out most of the time.
That's what I'm saying, man. It was just an ultimate test for Limp. They're
Yeah.
just-
I think a lot of teams, we've talked about like drafts that were on a timer, haven't done so well. They feel like they're the harder ones to execute lately, and they did for Braxstone, right? That Pugna was on point. He was just instantly like lane to lane to lane.
He
Tower
was.
was falling every time he was there, and he closed out that map early enough that if you wanted to go so greedy on the side of complexity that you would be properly punished. So as much as we want to rag on the Cole heroes, got to give credit to Braxstone for actually executing what they went with there.
They were really disciplined, actually.
Yeah, they were
there was-
super disciplined.
And that was even with some really silly Tiny and Tiny antics, you know? It's
Hey,
like,
if you're picking support Tiny,
you know, and they got away
Yeah.
with it. So it's like, now I'm just curious about so many things for the next game. Is Cole going to do something like that again? Are they going to pull out what they would consider their A game and just like crush Braxstone now? Or Braxton going to have something else for this Tiny player? That's
I don't
just as
think
ridiculous, you know?
Braxton is easy to crush. Tiny, I think most of the time, he was just trying to back toss. He
right?
kept using it. Not the combo, just the back toss on the Troll, on the Legion Commander, or the duel to save the people who were dueled.
I mean, that's like
pretty
the stuff
fancy stuff.
me and my dorky friends would do in like Heroes of New Earth or Dota 1 or whatever, you know? It's like people are still doing it. It's silly, but it can definitely get people out of
like
position.
Tiny and the Task with Aghanims combo, just
Yeah.
ping pong people.
Yep.
I feel like if you just have regular lanes and there's a Tiny trying to do that, you just out-regen that, and then they have no regen because they're committing completely to killing you, and then you just win the lanes through CS, through denying them, and then the game looks a lot harder. But Complexity just had these like ridiculous heroes that were impossible to come back with, and yeah, it's a rough life for them.
All right. Well,
Okay.
we have just one more game to go to close out day 3 of King's Cup coverage. Want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors once again. Without them, we couldn't even have King's Cup. Shouts to Sennheiser, proud audio partner of BTS, hooking us up with these headsets. My ears don't hurt yet.
No.
guys. Do your
Yeah,
guys'
it's
ears
true.
hurt?
No,
Mine-
not at all.
mine
My
feel great,
ears
dude.
do
I got-
not hurt.
I
I
have
love
one
these
ear off
Sennheiser.
too, and it feels great.
Feels great, but
Yep.
if you guys, of course, you can't use broadcaster headsets. They have just as comfortable headsets. GSP 600s. I have them actually in my office. They're quite big, but extremely comfortable. And then once you're in them, you can't hear anything.
Love it.
So if you have a wife or a significant other, they're going to hate you when you use them. But
And you're going to love them.
I gotta
you're
say,
gonna
if
love
we
'em.
exclude OD Pixel and Fog, these headphones are the best thing that happened to Dota.
oh,
Wow.
wow.
They're
All right,
still
well,
not
I don't
old,
want to
but
cast
yeah.
with you
I'll
anymore.
drink. I'll
Yeah.
drink to that.
All right, shouts to Monster. I guess that's what that cue was right
Yeah, that
there. Or at
was
least
a
I'll
Oh,
take it.
sorry. My phone was just notifying me of something.
Oh, what's it notifying you about?
Oh, just my armies.
Armies and what?
Oh wait,
Oh,
my
what?
phone is notifying me.
Really? Is it
Oh,
Lords?
I've been plundered.
Oh,
Like Trent.
Sorry. It's just what I do.
That-
Lording it up.
You don't mean to tell me that you have the the ability to command legions of armies in something called Lord's Mobile?
My legion has fallen. No.
Oh,
what
you know
did
what,
you do?
You know what would help out?
Legion Commander.
If you had $100 worth of free items.
That's
and you,
crazy.
And you can get those by using the promo code King's Cup on the
You know what the
game.
problem was?
Lord's
I used
Mobile.
the promo code BTS.
Ah.
Oh my God, you plundered me.
King's Cup is the promo code you're looking for. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to cut to a break. When we come back, it's time for the last game of the day, compLexity versus Braxton, Game 2.